The terrifying story of 777 and 667. Once upon a time, there are two huge red electric diesel locomotives. One is 777 and the other is 767. They are both huge red and yellow electric diesel locomotives who were built sometime between 1960 to 1966. 777 is the leader of the group. 777 has a really anger and a bad attitude. He will often lash out and shouting at people and even the locomotives in rage, and that he doesn't want anyone to waste his own time. Because of this, people started to avoid 777 because of the conflicts they had. 767 saw this, and he tried to tell 777 to stop the attitude because his attitude is not worth it and it will cause even more trouble. But 777 doesn't want to hear it, and he's getting sick and tired of when people are telling him what to do. 767 started to get annoyed by 777's attitude, and he tried everything to tell him to quit it. But unfortunately, 777 is too angry to even listen. One night in 1970, 777 and 767 were tasked to pull a really heavy train and to go to another country. 767 is now at the back and 777 is now at the front. They started to load up their trains and started to wait. It took hours, but the train is now fully loaded. 777 then takes the lead until both the electric diesel locomotives left. The journey is running as smoothly as possible, with 777 going faster than usual. 767 then told 777 to slow down and to not go too fast that it would cause their functions to be broken. 777 acknowledges, but he wants to get this over with. Suddenly, when they were about to go to their final destination, it happens. The driver then tried to apply the brakes to slow down 777, but 777 didn't stop and he kept on going, and he zoomed past the station. He started to go faster and faster until he started to reach up to his full speed. The driver and 767 saw this, and they told 777 to stop and what is he doing, but 777 ignores them and he kept on going. Suddenly, they switched onto the wrong line, heading away from the main line where they were supposed to go. Then 777 has then started to go faster and faster than what he is. But that was until the driver and 767 saw in horror that they were heading towards a cliff where the viaduct was supposed to be built. The driver and 767 started to go panicking, and they tried everything in their willpower to stop 777 from going off the cliff. But unfortunately, it's no use, and 777 kept on going faster and faster and never stopped. Until suddenly, 777 and 767 then falls down right towards the cliff and hits the bottom until it created a huge explosion the size of a city, killing themselves as a result. The train had crashed through the blockade and then finally went into the bottom, killing themselves as a result. 777 and 767 were all destroyed in millions of pieces, and they never survived it. The drivers were also got killed by the explosion as well, and there was no eyewitnesses, no survivors at all. Many days later, the reporters had managed to recover the mess, and even were able to retrieve the conclusions of what happened during the accident. The investigators, as well with the reporters, have started to see the conflicts and the papers about the accident with 777 and AWVR 767's accident. They started to see that the driver had tried his best to stop these two, but unfortunately he didn't, and causing the accident to kill them as a result. Or simply that they think that 777 was the one who caused this. The investigators started to get the information and the reports of the accident, and he tried everything to uncover the mysterious and the problems that happened recently, but they never be able to retrieve it, nor have found the answer, and the question of that is still unknown to this day. Many days later, the constructed divider was now fully fixed, and is now and is now constructed to the public. But however, one night, but on a dark night, there are a lot of reports of people and even the locomotives that they saw a mysterious ghost diesel locomotive running through the viaducts and zoom past as the bridge at lightning speeds, and it soon passed away into the fog before disappearing into the mist. Many reports and the people and even the locomotives knew that it was the ghost of Trooper 7 because of how he looked as well as the design. They can't believe what they had just witnessed. However, this brought them to the question of what happened to his brother with his AWVR 767. They started to question about that situation, but unfortunately, there's no answers to that. But it's highly likely that the AWVR 767 was likely rested in peace after his death, and that he was sent into the heavens to rest in peace. But his brother, Trooper 7, was never rested, as he killed himself, and he immediately started going around in the countries and even started terrorizing the nightmares towards the people and the locomotives. To this day, Trooper 7 was seen again and zooming through the viaduct, haunting the nightmares to the people and the locomotives to this day. And he even hunts down the souls of the innocent and manages to collect them during his journey. And he never stopped until he finally reaches his own mission, which is to kill everything and everyone in his way. And even if he were dead again, he would come back after his death. He would never come back. He would never stop and rest until he finished his mission. And that's the story of the terrifying ghost story of AWVR 777.